everybody, and welcome back to Top 5 Esports. So we are about 2 weeks away from the launch of Black Ops 4, and the hype train is now in full force. Treyarch's new Blackout mode was a huge success in the beta earlier this month, and David Vonderhaar recently sat down and talked more about the game mode launching next month. Today, we will be talking about the 5 changes that Vonderhaar has already confirmed that we can expect here in the future of Blackout. Starting at number 1, David Vonderhaar hopes to have custom games added here at some point in the future of Blackout. So Vonderhaar has already stated that he wants to see some sort of custom games added at this point. We don't know what that means, whether it's going to be something similar to Fortnite's Playground mode, or if it's going to be completely different, custom games where you can have up to 100 people in a private match. We're not too sure what that means just yet. They have been testing it recently, but this is something huge for the game that everybody has been asking for a really long time. Just imagine 100 friends in the same exact lobby going up against each other in one game of a private match in Blackout. Definitely something that could be a lot of fun, and they also said that the studio has a vision for having custom games in Blackout, but they're still in the works at it and they want to have it ready here in the future. He said that it's possible, but it's something that they are continuing to work on, possibly at a later date, most likely not at launch. Number 2. David Vonderhaar has already announced that the max level in the Blackout game mode is going to be at level 80. There is not going to be a prestige mode here in Blackout like we've seen in past Call of Duty games. It's just straight level 80, and Vonderhaar has also said that this is something that's not going to be very easy to achieve. You're going to have to put a lot of hours of grinding into this game to be able to level up, and the way that you level up the best here is by getting a lot of kills in your games and also by placing highly in your matches. So if you're getting top 4th every single game, you're going to be ranking up a lot faster than if you just die every single time you come in and maybe get a kill or two. So you're going to want to rank a lot higher, get a lot of kills, and also stay alive throughout the game. The higher you're going to last in the game mode, the higher you're going to rank up fast. He also stated that there's going to be some rewards as you go up the ranks here in level 80, whether it's going to be new skins, maybe some bonus XP. We don't know just yet, maybe even some con points. We'll have to wait and see exactly what that is that Vonderhaar will reveal at a later date, but as we know right now, level 80 is the max rank for Blackout, and there is no prestige mode. Number 3. Vonderhaar has stated that there is a possibility that we could see up to 115 players at some point throughout Blackout. If you guys remember, at the start of the Blackout Beta in September, there was only 80 players max in each lobby. It seemed like it was a little slow paced at first, and then a couple days later, they did raise the count up to 88. The game felt a lot faster and much better. It was a lot more smooth. It made the end game a little faster, but still, it just did not seem right. And then at the end of the beta, they did extend it for 2 hours, raising the cap up to 100, and they said that they weren't too happy with it, but it was an improvement, and they do plan at some point to raise the player count back up to either 100 or even possibly 115, but at the moment Vonderhaar has stated that they have not confirmed a final count on players, but at some point they would like to see at least up to 115 players in Blackout, because 115 is a number that's been famous throughout the Black Ops series, and that is the reason why they are focused on 115 players in Blackout. Number 4, there's going to be some changes to armor here, and the biggest change at the moment is going to be that there's going to now be an indicator stating how much damage that your armor has taken. This is something that's going to be huge, especially for late in games. You guys know how important armor really is. If you lose your armor, you have a very low chance of actually winning the game, especially if there's somebody that has a tier 3 or even a tier 2 armor on the other team. And during the beta, there was an icon that showed you if you actually still had your armor, but it was very difficult to tell how much of your armor you actually still had left. Sometimes they had a few broken pieces on the ground that showed that you lost some of your damage or lost some of your armor, but it didn't really show you how much damage you've actually taken from it. This is going to make it a lot easier as well to know how much armor you actually have left, so you know if you should or you should not be able to go into a gunfight. If you don't have armor, you might not want to get into a gunfight right away. Definitely it's going to be something that's going to make it a little more strategic, and it might even cause a little more campers as well late in the game if you don't have armor. And last but not least, this is the biggest change coming to Blackout here, hopefully on the launch of the game. The tier 3 armor is going to have a major nerf to it. So if you guys remember back in the Blackout beta, tier 3 armor was something that was a huge problem that a lot of people had complaints about. It took so much to kill it, and it was very easy to actually get it on the map at the same time. So the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to make the spawn rate for tier 3 armors reduced by 75%. So this is going to be very rare to find now in game, and it's going to be a lot less likely to actually find somebody that's going to be using a tier 3 armor at the same time in the match. And most likely the only place that you're going to be able to find this tier 3 armor is going to be out of supply drops, and only a handful that are going to be scattered around the map. This is going to make it much easier, so you can actually feel free to run around the map if you do have that tier 1 armor, not have to worry about somebody camping in a corner with tier 3 armor. Which personally for me, this was something that was a major problem, that people would just camp in a corner and they had the better armor than I did, and I ended up losing the gunfight, which is a little disappointing. So hopefully this is going to make it a little easier for all of us to play the game, not have to worry about tier 3 armor. And last but not least, it does break a lot easier now, and you're going to be able to deal more damage to the opponents if you do hit them likely in the head head or on the upper body, they're gonna have more damage taken out of them, and they're gonna lose that tier 3 armor much faster. So those are the 5 changes that have been confirmed by David Vonderhaar that are coming to Blackout here in the future. Let me know what your favorite part is, and also let me know down in the comments what is one additional change that you would like to see added into Blackout in the near future. Definitely would be interested to know what you guys have to think down in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Don't forget to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day, and peace out.